Hello, 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 my freaks, ghouls, and monsters. It is episode number 5. Chaotica here with my co-host.
E-Rock.
And our wonderful guest, Miss Kittee, GG of the year 2015. Not only just GG of the year 2015, but the very first GG of the year. Welcome to the show, Miss Kittee.
Hi.
So glad to have you. How you doing?
I'm hanging in there, enjoying my day off.
Awesome. Wish I had a day off, but I didn't.
Right.
So I was a little late. Just a little bit.
That's okay.
Yeah. How's your day going, E-Rock?
Oh, not too bad, except for I had to wait for a certain somebody, but that's okay.
Oh my God, the tragedy. You can't keep these girls all in line and on time, right?
I know.
Forgot about us.
No. So as I just said, it is the Gore Horror Hour, and we are going on celebrating our 10-year anniversary. And Miss Kittee has been with us for the majority of that time. She was on issue cover number 2. And she's been on a number of other ones, at least 5 other covers that I know of that I saw so far. So I'm going to lead off with a question. You ready, Miss Kittee?
Ready as I can be.
All right. How and when did you get involved with the Gorgeous Girls?
I don't remember exactly when, but I remember messaging E-Rock, and it was for the CAC, the CAC. It was going to be our very first photo shoot together, and we were trying to figure out time slots, and then we were trying to figure out like how much blood and stuff like that, and I forget the rules, but it was basically like, well, it got screwed over there, but I was just like, I don't know, Carrie style it. That sounds good. And then whenever the CAC was our first time like actually meeting and shooting. And pretty much like from there on out, whenever that was.
Yeah, I think that was about October 2013ish? Was it October? Or was it?
I thought it was October,
or
November.
was it Christmas? It was around Christmas, wasn't it?
Yeah, because me and the one girl had reindeers on. I forget what her name was.
So it's probably like December then, right?
Something like that. I know it was cold.
Yeah.
I know it was cold because I know I had on a red plaid like coat thing.
Yeah.
It was kind of like flannel, but it was some sort of coat thing. And I straightened my hair. I remember I straightened my hair for this.
Wow.
I know. I tried to make a good first impression with this thing.
Looking back on Miss Kittee, at how does it feel to be the very first GG of the year? How does it feel after 10 years now?
It's still kind of crazy and still kind of surreal. Just because it extremely much caught me off guard because I didn't know it was even going to really be a thing, like the GG of the year. It just kind of, what was it? I wasn't even in town, was I? I had moved to Texas, and I came home for the convention.
You came home for Horror Hound.
I came home for, Horror Hound Cincy.
Yep.
And that's where I got crowned and stuff like that. And it extremely much just caught me off guard and everything like that too. And I still have like my tiara and my sash that Zombie Jeff made for me displayed in my living room and things like that. Because it's like one of my favorite things. I tell people all the time.
I haven't gotten mine yet, but I'm sure it'll be soon. But I'm hoping that
there's a lot of love put into it, so it takes.
I know. I'm hoping to be able to get some pictures with you, Miss Kittee, in the near future for a shoot. That would be something to look forward to.
Yeah, we need to get a GG of the year shoot.
That's yes. Of all the covers that you've graced, at least 5, like I said, that I can tell. Can you tell me of those covers or of a shoot that you've been a part of that's your favorite or a particular moment that sticks out in your mind?
So honestly, all the covers have their own like specific story why I love them, but
we'll go into it. We've got time.
my absolute favorite cover though is with Zombie Jeff, because it was the first time I got to actually be made scary. And it was he did his Undead Uncle Sam, and he made me Undead Lady Liberty.
Liberty, I know that's a very iconic cover.
I still have the little brain and the crown thing that he made me too. It's with my tiara and my stash. Surprise. But that's probably one of my top favorites, just because I love working with him in general so much. But he actually made me scary, like I asked, because all of my shoots are just like naked, covered in blood.
Yeah, sexy bloody.
Exactly. And like I told him, I was like, I want to do something scary.
Right.
Just like, okay, bet. And yeah, that was the shoot. It was that one's still one of my favorite covers, because he's just so fun to work with in general. We did Fido before, loved that. And then one of the other covers is with Gigi Dolly Grimm. It was just me and her bloody naked in a bathtub, which was just fun. Same thing with Widow. Her and I did something similar. Wasn't that one of my first times meeting her too?
Yeah, I think it was. I was like, here you go. Meet each other.
Now fill her up with blood.
Yeah.
Right. That's why you got to be introduced sometimes.
I think that's how you've introduced me to like half the new people. It's just like, Kittee, go feel her up. Got it, boss.
Awesome. I'm sure it's for his sole entertainment, not just, all the demented needs in the universe that we have to meet.
Did for me too. Ask Rock. He watched me do a full 180 to check some girl's ass out before, so.
Yeah, she whipped her head so hard. I was like, damn, I can't even turn my head that fast.
Well, speaking about checking out ass, you mentioned E-Rock about I think it was Danielle Harris checking out her ass at a con before, which is going to segue us to a con. Miss Kittee, tell me about your con or event experiences. Your first time to one of the cons, what was it like for you, and how has it changed?
So I think the first one was Horror Hound Cincy, to be honest. That one's just, it has been my favorite since the very first,
one of the biggest ones. Definitely one of the biggest ones.
Whenever I talk to anyone, any of the GGs or just like friends in general, I'm just like, the Horror Hound Cincy is the one you need to go to for your first convention, like period.
Right.
That's like my favorite one. That's the best one. The biggest like differences from like my first one to like the ones now is just the flow that we have going with girls, with like breaks and like the bodyguards and just like the overall like promotion at the booths. Because before like our very first one, we were all just like, hey, do you wanna see my boobs? And now there's megaphones involved and people yelling and losing their voice and stuff like that, and the overall energy is just projected so much more from that very first convention. Even the new ones that it's their first convention, they break in come the second day pretty quickly.
Sometimes, but then there are those times, and I'm just going to ask you, you got to have a moment where Jess has made you sell something at a con or, something like that. Do you have a memory of her telling you that you have to sell this, or maybe a shoot where she told you had to do something?
Shoots, not so much. As for selling stuff,
all the time.
I'm always getting yelled at to sell stuff because
here, sell this.
I'm awkward about it still, which is hysterical. I'm still super, super awkward about it. But also, like, half the time, whenever I start talking to someone, normally the people that I end up selling to are the ones that I've met con after con after con that just keep coming back. So then they just talk to me for like a half hour, and I'm just like over in like a corner talking to
holding the grab bag. You're gonna buy it, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Please buy this so I can eat tonight, please and thank you. Just please.
Definitely.
So how has the booth changed since you very first started to how the booth is now? God
damn. We literally we had just like a handful of different magazines. We had a couple calendars and like some stickers and some pins, I think it was when we started. We had and like some prints. We had like bare minimum. Now we have like the freaking the spin wheel, which
Spin
is
wheel,
super
yep.
cool. I love that spin wheel. That really, the grab bags were like, those were new, like halfway into us going to conventions and stuff. A whole shit ton more prints in general, and
More
like
prints, more merch.
a lot of merch, the underwear, the tank tops, even just like the girls' personal stuff. Like I know Chaotica, you have like your own like stickers and stuff that you have at the booth.
Mm-hmm.
I know Liz Stiletto has her own stuff. Plus her and Mike have their own booth next to us now with it,
Right.
which is super cool. It used to be Jimmy.
Right.
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 Or Studio 605.
Yeah, that's going back to the beginning right there.
Yeah.
I'm not even aware of who that is. Who's that? Enlighten me.
There was what, 3 of them? Half of them still come to the booth. Like Cam and Matt and them, they still come to the booth. But it was like Roman and Jack, and they did like movies and like short films and stuff like that. And it was on the horror and kind of like his like the stuff that we were doing. But it was, theirs were like more camping Boy Scouts.
Okay.
Because that was Boy Scout number.
Remember the partying that went on that first Horror Hound with 605?
We lost Jack. We didn't find him till the next day.
Right.
Rojo was so drunk. Y'all the next day sitting there at the booths with your sunglasses on, looking like someone shot your dog because you were so out of it.
I was still drunk.
I know.
When we got up for that booth. I was drunk as fuck still.
I don't even know how we ended up where we ended up. But somehow we ended up in like one of the top suites with people we didn't even know. We just got invited.
Yeah, which later found out, it's some of the higher ups with Horror Hound Weekend.
Didn't Ro throw something at the dude with the guitar?
I had to throw a lemon.
A lemon, yeah.
And then we had to have him throw it back. Because we're like, we need that for shots.
Oh my goodness. Those were some wild times back then.
Yeah, that was.
Oh God, yeah. And Jack is this like damn near 7 foot tall motherfucker too. Everyone has to look up to him.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it was like halfway through the convention the last day, he just appeared and everyone was like, where the fuck were you, dude? And he's like, I woke up on a floor somewhere.
Oh my goodness. You talked about the Studio 605 and you said movies. Tell us about your movie experience. What movie have you been in and what was it like?
So there was Killer Goats. Oh yes, E-Rock has them displayed lovingly behind him. But there was Killer Goats, which was just a short one. Well, our part was short. For E-Rock and I, where we went to Cape Cod. We drove the whole way. We spent wasn't it more than a weekend? Wasn't it like 4 days or something? Because it was just like one day, or was
2
it
days, wasn't it?
2 days, 3 days, something like that. Because we
spent
the weekend there, and we were doing the filming overnight because they needed the scene to be set
right.
3 a.m. But we drove there and back, so we got to sightsee a lot, which was fun.
Right.
But E-Rock and I had a loving, meaningful relationship in a tent. He proposed. It was beautiful. I never got to keep the ring.
It's big, isn't it?
Big. I'll say yes if it's big.
Oh my goodness. Deep in here.
Said, yeah.
Getting real deep in here. So you said
Oh,
Killer Goats, that's the one with Kane Hodder, right?
Yes, that was the one with Kane Hodder, and we were running our lines in the hotel room, and we woke up one of the other actresses who was in the room next to us when I was practicing my scream.
Yeah, it was one of the playmates.
She was confused. So that was like our first one, and then Final Cut
Final Cut
was like our our big one that I was in pretty much from start to finish, as opposed to where like Killer Goats, E-Rock and I were just in the start.
Mhm.
But that one also was filmed overnight at 3 a.m. for.
And that one is
Two
also not
weekends.
only featured you, but Liz Stiletto,
Cat Hazard.
Yeah.
I don't remember that other girl's name, unfortunately.
What, Libby?
It's Libby, yeah.
Yeah,
Libby something.
Libby Hopkins.
Yes, yeah, it was me, Libby, Cat Hazardous, Liz Stiletto, Mike, E-Rock,
Daniel.
and then Daniel, Matt was one of them, and Terrence was doing the filming and stuff.
Yeah, he was the director.
Yes, and then minus the fact that I got beat the fuck up, it was great. I still have scars.
Beat up? You need to elaborate.
Tell us about that one
About which
experience.
one? My legs or my back?
Your back. The back.
My back. So the one scene, I was being like choke slammed, and we were running it. It was in E-Rock's backyard. It was in what, April?
Yeah, it's around this time of the year.
Yeah.
Right?
So the ground was still like kind of frozen.
Right. Dum dum.
Kind of frozen. She got frozen.
Apparently,
Frozen, literally frozen.
You got frozen.
Literally. Wait, come back. Now my thing looks all weird. Hold on.
Baby, come back. Uh-oh. Where'd you go? Oh,
there we go.
Oh, there we go.
Everything's fine. But I got literally. We were running the scenes, and it was like around this time, so the ground was like frozen, but it was also like half thawed out, and we were running the scene multiple times. And the way we were doing it, the guy was like grabbing me, but like placing me on the ground, and I could feel it. And I'm just like, you got to make it a little more real. I was like, I can handle it. I was like, actually throw me some. Well, my momentum running with him listening to me involved me hitting the ground to where a thud hit. Everyone froze and gasped at the exact same time. Mm-hmm. And then just went, "Are you good?" No! My soul left my body. And have you ever been like the wind knocked out of you to where you just start laughing? I'm laughing, trying to get up, and they're just like, "Are you good? Is everything okay?" And I'm just like, I'm fine. Let's keep going.
Like, no, one more time. Let's take a break.
I think we did it like 5 more times after that too.
I mean, we let you get the break for a second.
A second, literally. I got to sit there and just go, and then I got up.
Yeah, and then the fucked up part is he's like, "Well, I'm going to cut that scene." And we're like, "You better fucking not."
I know. I was like, I swear to God, if this part isn't in the movie, I'm rioting because like that hurt.
Yeah,
and, like
I felt for that
noise.
Mm-hmm.
We couldn't have faked that noise if we tried.
Fuck no.
I echoed. Everyone heard me echo. I'm pretty sure because we were like in the back of his woods. I'm pretty sure the people driving past heard my back hit that ground.
I think there's still an indentation of your body back there too.
Probably.
Well, that's the chalk line that we use, right?
Yeah, right.
You should put like little like ribbons around it and like kind of like how Hollywood does the stars and stuff, but it'll be my back imprint.
Yeah, right.
I'll go sign my name.
Do you have any other moments in the movies that you can remember other than that one?
Another scene where I told him not to be gentle with me, and it ended in my knees getting fucked up.
Oh no!
I was being chased, and I was running in high heels, and the scene was I was supposed to get grabbed, but I was supposed to get away and crawl through like a tunnel sort of thing.
Okay, I think I remember the scene.
Oh yeah, pain. As I'm running, we were trying to, me and the bad guy, we're trying to figure out how, like, what would make sense, how I got away and stuff, because he was gonna grab me as I was running past him because he was gonna be hiding and like snatch me. Mm-hmm. And I was like, well, if my back's gonna be to you, why don't I like headbutt you, basically, and you drop me because like I knocked you in the face. And he's like, okay, cool, that'll work. And I told him, like, drop me, like, just actually drop me. And he did multiple times. And I hit on my knees on the cement floor and immediately hit and had to crawl through the tunnel. So my knees were scraped
Crunched.
up. My elbows got scraped up. My like ankles got scraped up. The heel came off at one point. I was trying to fix it afterwards. Those shoes are still in my closet somewhere.
So if you had the opportunity to do a movie again, you'd do it, right? Despite all that.
Despite all that, I'm the one that kept saying to do it. It's my own dumbass. Like, it's my fault. Because my reasoning is make it look good. So I'm like, actually throw me, actually hit me, like, do it. And then they do it. And then I get hurt.
Then you get that 5 second of regret.
Exactly. But then it looks super fucking cool.
A sequel?
I would love
maybe a sequel to Final Cut.
I would love a sequel to that.
Final Cut would be cool. Final Cut.
Oh, but speaking of Final Cut, though, what about the Larry?
Goddamn, the Larry. The Larry and I.
The Larry. We got the case of the freezes right now.
The Larry hit on anything and everything that had 2 legs and a vagina on set.
I would just say an available hole, not necessarily a vagina available.
Just whatever. I mean,
true. You just never know.
There was a skeleton, but I was the one with the skeleton. You left the skeleton alone. I didn't.
You got freaky with a skeleton. I was trying to get freaky with a bull.
You were. That's fair though. He was a good looking bull.
Not me. Not me. No, not me.
Larry was getting freaky with the bull. Again, he was a good looking bull though, so I understand where Larry was coming from. The Larry. Exactly.
The Larry.
The Larry.
We got to get that right, you know. We
a lot of that it was all ad-lib too.
A lot of it. Because all of our characters got switched. Well, for the girls, I think E-Rock, yours was the same the entire time. But like all the girls, our characters got switched like the first day we went to start filming. He was just like, actually, none of this works. You're going to be this person, you're going to be that person, you're going to be that person. And yeah, so we had a lot of making up our lines as we went.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. That must have been a lot of fun.
Oh, it was so much fun. Minus the haunted piano that kept playing.
The haunted piano?
Yeah, we were at it. So the place was like actually kind of haunted, and we were all in different like area. Like we were all in like one designated area, and like the piano in like one of the other rooms just started playing at one point in time. I think all the guys went to get us burgers at one point, and the rest of us were like vibing in the pool room, and all of a sudden like someone like slammed on the one wall like back where we had previously been filming, and nobody was back there.
Oh my goodness, that would freak me out.
We all kind of were like, oh.
Wow.
I took a nap under the pool table at one point because it was like 3 a.m.
What advice would you give a Gigi that wants to be in a movie?
I was gonna say something smart ass and be like, suck up to E-Rock, but that's not true.
That probably helps.
Just bat your eyes at him and be like, please. My advice is just fucking go for it. Just if we start talking about it, just be like, hey, please, let me give it a shot.
Right.
I mean, I kind of did that that's how I got in Killer Goats. Because it was supposed to just be E-Rock going, and I was just like, please take me with you.
All right, so it didn't take much convincing, and I was able to bring you.
Yeah, which was really cool.
Well, yeah, I mean that set was just amazing. How watching what happened to you go down.
Yeah,
after what happened to me, but it was cold as night. It was nice during the day, like in the 60s, and then at night it gets down to like freezing, and then we got to get we got to get practically naked or naked, just depends. I mean, you have to watch the film, but we froze our asses off for that scene.
Oh my God. And every time we would like cut, I had like all these girls with like those tinfoil like blankets. They would come and like hug me, and I had like two people like holding me.
Body
And
warmth. Yeah.
it was so nice. And as soon as I'd be like, okay, I can feel my fingers again, they were like, okay, time to put blood back on you and go back out there. And I'm just like, okay.
Right. And the whole time, you know, I just got done with my part of the scene, and I'm drenched and freezing my ass off with one of those space blankets on. And they were like, well, we can take you back to the green room, get you all dressed up, and you know. And I was like, no, I want to stay here and watch this. So I was like, if she could freeze, I can continue to freeze with her. So I just enjoyed the view. It was amazing.
My favorite part of that entire filming process was the fact that Kane Hodder cuddled me. I will never forget that. E-Rock's still mad that he wasn't able to like have a picture of it.
Yeah, I know, right?
I wish you could have. That would have been great. He literally, I think it was before or after like the final of him like beating me up, basically. I can't remember, but we were just standing there and I just had my like forehead on his chest and he just like had one arm around me and we were just talking and I was just like cuddling him. He was keeping me warm.
Have you been to Cinema Wasteland before, Miss Kittee?
Yes.
And how was your experience there? Because we have that con coming up as well.
I know.
Actually, anyways. Go ahead.
Yeah, I know. I like cinema. It's nice. It's close to me. So even if I can only go up for the day, it's nice. It's a lot different from like Horror Hound. A lot more drinking. There's a lot more drinking at cinema. And just like the setup is a lot more of the like, it's a lot more like old-timey horror movie. Yeah. And a lot of the like made yourself horror movies.
Yeah,
a lot of independent.
Yeah, that word. I couldn't think of that word. It's a lot more like independent films and stuff like that, and it's
memorabilia stuff.
Oh yeah, it's nice. There's a lot of like thrifted kind of stuff, and there's some like clothing things. Cinema's nice.
Occasionally they have some celebrities there too.
Yeah, there's been a couple. And then there's Dick Shark. I will never forget Dick Shark.
Oh yeah.
Tell me about it. I don't know what that is.
Dick Shark. I think it's like a movie, to be honest.
An independent film, yeah.
Yeah, gotcha. And the one guy walks around in his clothes, and he's got like a little like shark that he has like in his crotch, like sticking out of his zipper open. Dick Shark.
Oh my goodness. Reminds me of the movie that we started watching, which was the Shark of the Corn or something like that.
Oh my goodness.
God, I haven't watched that one yet, but I watched Ouija Shark.
We didn't finish it.
We did not finish that one. No,
I love the terrible movies. They're my favorite because they're so bad. They're like, hey, I can't look away.
Oh, trust me, I can look away. But you know what?
Though, but I remember I watched Ouija Shark.
I don't remember that.
I haven't even heard of that one yet.
I forget what it's on, but I'll text you later and tell you when I can find where it's playing. But it's called Ouija Shark.
Guess what?
What?
Guess what?
What?
We are approaching our 30-minute mark. Woohoo! Woohoo! Time to party. And you know what that means, Miss Kittee?
I have zero idea.
You're about to find out.
You're about to find out, because I have dubbed this, we're going back to our roots again, the FMK. Do you know what FMK is?
Offhand, I cannot think.
Fuck, marry, kill. I'm going to give you three people that you have to tell me.
You remember that shit?
We're going back to our roots, and you're going to tell me who you're going to fuck, marry, kill. So I chose for you, and E-Rec's a little salty about this because I didn't give him a very good, easy one when I asked him. Pennywise, the Scream character, or Reagan from Exorcist? Who would you fuck, marry, kill?
Ooh.
Dun,
Oh
dun,
shit.
dun. Everybody gets stumped.
Probably kill Reagan, fuck Pennywise, marry Scream.
Very well done in expeditious time as well.
Probably the fastest.
Kudos, Miss Kittee.
I
So
feel like Pennywise would be a fun time.
I didn't give E-Rock that a luxury. I asked him of the GG crew and of the male crew, and yeah,
That's
he
fair.
gave us answers. He gave us answers.
Give us-
Yeah.
And if
I
any of
married-
you would like to know watching this, please go back to, I believe it was episode 2 that I asked you that question.
Yes. Yep.
Episode 2. Go check out episode 2 and find out who he would FMK in the GG crew. So, Miss Kittee,
Yes.
I've heard you had the luxury of going to the Playboy Mansion.
I did with E-Rock. It was great.
Tell me about it.
Oh my god.
How did you guys get to go? And then once you got there, what happened?
So it was one of those. It was originally supposed to just be E-Rock, but I batted my eyes at the director and convinced him to let me join E-Rock. It was another, can I please come too? Please.
I'm gonna have to remember these skills next time. Be a little elbow knobbing, rubbing over there, you know.
I got you. If you ever forget, I'll just appear behind whoever you're trying to like do whatever with, and just be like.
So tell me about it.
It was I batted my eyelashes to the director because it was supposed to just be E-Rock. He said yeah, so we went. It was so cool. The only downside was we didn't get to meet
Hugh Hefner?
Yes.
Hugh Hefner.
My brain went to someone completely different.
You're fine.
But, yeah, we didn't get to meet him because wasn't he upstairs sleeping because he was sick or something?
Yeah, they just said he was upstairs.
Yeah,
So,
he was upstairs.
He hadn't been
Which sucked. So we didn't get to meet him, but we did get to meet a bunch of the Playboy bunnies. We got to go in the grotto.
we couldn't swim, but we at least got underneath it and stuff.
Yeah, which was super cool.
Remember, they just wouldn't let us go swimming for whatever reason.
Yeah, lame. But it was so nice, and it was the little tables that had all the little like where you could stand to like mingle when they walked by with like all the little like finger sandwiches and stuff was like lit up really cool. Because was it just lit up or did it have a picture on top of it?
It had the muck cover, the posters and stuff for muck
on top of it, and the lighting was just nice. When we drove up, there was like lights on the trees and stuff like that.
And all the animal sounds.
Mm-hmm. And
it's almost like you're going to a zoo.
Oh, and we got to just mingle with like so many people. There's a little red carpet. We got our pictures taken on the red carpet there. And then a lot of bunnies. We took pictures with a lot of the bunnies.
Any moments that you can think while you were there that happened, or whether it be funny, good, or totally blew your mind?
So we were only going to be there for like 2 or 3 days, something like that, because
just overnight, long enough to get there the day before and then go to the show and then leave the next day.
Yeah. So we were only going to be there for a short period of time, which we were excited that we got to go, but we were bummed at the same time that we couldn't like stay because there's going to be an after party in Vegas, like after the film premiere and stuff like that. And we were like, oh, well, that sucks. And we're like, but we're gonna have a blast at the fucking Playboy Mansion and stuff like that, meeting everyone and just like getting contacts and like intermingling, which was super cool. We did make a lot of good friends through that. Well, our luck have it, we went to the airport to go home and all of our flights were canceled.
Oh,
because we were supposed to we had a layover in Texas and it was snowing in Texas. So they canceled our flight. So we got a hold of, I forget who it was that you got a hold of. wasn't it like someone named Matt or something?
No, you're talking about the director, Walsh.
Was it Walsh?
Yeah, Steve Walsh.
I couldn't remember if you got a hold of Walsh or if you got a hold of Matt, the youth and age
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah, Matt Hampton. He said that, told us that they were going to take a party bus, but I had to get a hold of Steve because he was the one lining it all up.
So yeah, E-Rock got a hold of him. We were able to make it to the party bus, so we got to ride the party bus with them to Vegas to continue celebrating the film premiere.
Oh, that's so awesome!
And me being the person that I am, somehow fell asleep on the party bus while everyone was having a grand old time.
Goodness.
E-Rock's got a picture of me. I'm laying between like two seats. I'm on my back. Well, I'm half on my back, half on my side, with my legs bent and like propped up somewhere. E-Rock will have to show you the picture. But I fell asleep, and everyone was super, super confused how I fell asleep on the party bus while we were driving. I woke up
must have been tired.
Apparently, because we were driving, and then I woke up, and it was dark. Minus the party bus the lights were green, and the guys were spinning on the pole.
Right. But yeah, it's because we were expecting to leave, and then we had to stay at the airport for a while to see if they were going to redirect our flights, what they were going to do, but they completely canceled it. So then, since we found out that they were doing that, I got a hold of them and then asked the airport company if they could transfer our ticket over to fly out of Vegas.
Yeah,
the next day. So that's how we were able to make it to Vegas on the party bus. And we were expected to fly out the next day. But then that next day comes, and what happens?
Flight got canceled again after we checked out of the hotel, went to the airport, and waited like 2 hours to find out we were canceled again. So we had to find another hotel to stay at again. I had to get a hold of my job, like 3 separate days in a row, and just being like, hey, I'm so sorry. We're still stranded here. I need someone to cover my shift. Hey, I need someone to cover my shift. Our flight got canceled again. I'm telling my mom so she could stay in the loop. And she's just like, will my daughter ever return? I'm like, I don't fucking know, dude.
Oh, wow.
I might live here.
Not a bad reason to be delayed, but,
The only thing that sucked was we were just so exhausted because we kept having to get up early to check out of our hotel because we thought we were going home that day. Well, then we didn't go home that day. So then we would have to find a new hotel, check in. And then obviously we wanted to like hang out with everyone and have fun. So then we would be up late again, drinking and having fun and like sightseeing and stuff like that. Just to do it all over again the next day.
Right. Because that first night we went to what? Club XS?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, it's a very high-end, expensive, like we're celebrities and everybody goes to party. And there's a cover charge, like a big cover charge. Not like what you see around here, a $10 cover charge.
I remember because the one guy, Derek, bought me a Jack and Coke, and it was just like a little. It was like maybe if I would have drank it.
Like a Dixie cup?
No, just a regular drink.
Yeah, it was in like a regular drink cup and everything, but it was like a shot, maybe 2 shots worth of like Jack and Coke. $25 for a swig. For a swig of some alcohol. 25. And this motherfucker bought me like 3 of them.
He bought me one.
Yeah, he bought you one too. We're like,
and I'm all like, no. Once I heard how much they were, I was like, no. You don't have to buy
because we accepted the first one, not knowing how much it was. We accepted. We're like, yeah, we weren't really prepared for this. Like, yeah, we'll take a Jack and Coke. Fuck yeah. And then he had brought me a second one. And then we found out when he was getting me a third one and he was going to get you a second one. We found out that they were $25 each. And we're like, nah, no more, please. Like, that is too much money. But this dude was like,
that's insane.
Rich. Yeah. So it was like pennies to him. It was like going to a dive bar and buying a beer for him, basically.
Yeah, we got in there because of Steve Walsh, because they already had a party with a cabana and all that stuff. So we got in there, but the first bouncer guy wasn't going to let me in because I had done my my dress shirt, and blood splattered it. So that way we can go to Playboy Mansion, because we're gorgeous girls. We got to be bloody. So I did up this shirt and it looked cool as shit. And the first bouncer told me, he goes, because it was like one of those that you got to be dressed nicely to get in. And I'm like, well, I was dressed nice. I just had blood splatter. The guy was like, no, you can't go in there. But I had like a t-shirt on under it. And he said, well, I'll let you in with just a t-shirt, but you can't wear that shirt. So they let us in. And then we come up to this next bouncer guy and he looks at me and he goes, he seen what I had in my hand. He goes, why don't you have your shirt on? I was like, the bouncer told me I had to take it off. Or the first guy told me I had to take it off. And he goes, put it on real quick. Let me look at it. He goes, that's fucking bad as shit. He goes, leave it on. If anybody has a problem with it, you tell them my name. And there you go. He goes, there's nothing wrong with that. But I guess the first guy had a problem because it was blood splattered. But the second guy was, no, it's a dress shirt. It's nice looking, and it probably looked a lot better than me going in there with the t-shirt while everybody else is all like dressed up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was pretty wild though, trying to get to that back private area. Remember, it was so wall to wall, like you were nose to nose with people trying to get up there. It was that
I was like holding your hand, trying to not get separated and lost. I think I was holding, because didn't Derek walk in with us too?
Yeah, I think didn't Matt also?
I think so. So I think I was holding Derek or Matt's hand, holding on to you as we're just like that. That game. That game called like Centipede, where like the more you get the pieces, the less room you have to move.
Yeah, yeah.
It was that was what it was like. We were just like going like past each other, like.
Yeah. And then I think we passed some celebs because I was all like, I think I know that person, but you're trying to get through there, but you're all like taking double takes, and then next thing you know, they're gone. Like split second, they're gone because there's already so many people.
Yeah,
it was wild.
And like, I'm not a claustrophobic person, but like, I was ready to get out of there and get to our
Me
little.
too.
Like,
I was all like, "Fuck." Yeah, and then we got up there and we were in our own private little section, like on a balcony, and we can look over, and it was kind of our own little private suite up there, I guess.
It was,
it was nice. It was fun.
It sounds like good times.
Yeah, but being stuck there for a couple extra days and not planning for like budget wise or nothing, and then having to call off work, and then I had kids, so I had to make arrangements and stuff like that because I couldn't get them, and and everybody's like, "How can you not get home? This is ridiculous." I was like, "Well, who would ever think that it snowed in Atlanta, so we couldn't even go there? It snowed in Texas. They had like blizzard snow. It wasn't just like a little dusting; it was snow."
Yeah,
and it was all over the news, so it's not like we were
making shit up. Yeah,
we were just stuck.
We weren't lying to stay there. We genuinely tried to go home like 4 separate times.
Right. Yeah, and then that last day, remember? We get up there and they're like, "All right, you're good to go. Our flight's good." And we're like, "All right, cool." So Jess and Miss Kittee put their luggage in there and took it, and then I went to go put mine, and they're like, "Wait a minute, we don't have your ticket." Like, you don't have your ticket. And they're like, "Well, we see everything's under you, but they have a ticket and you don't." I'm going, "How do I not have a ticket, but you have my? It's all
under your name,
everything." And they're like, "I don't know. They must have messed up." And then their luggage is already gone down the track.
It's going.
So it's gone.
It's going to the plane.
And they're like, "Well, you two can get on the plane, and then we can get him a flight later." And then they were both like, "No, we're going to stay with him."
Like, I ain't leaving without E-Rock.
Right. So here I am. I'm the only one with luggage. They have no luggage because it just went on that plane.
Oh my gosh.
So we had to stay another night. And then the shit story about that is, we're really super tired because we're partying, in between trying to get on planes and stuff like that. We're trying to have a good time in Vegas. So I'm like delirious tired. So they gave us a voucher because it was their fault.
Oh my God, I forgot about that place.
They gave us the voucher, and then I was like, "Well, we need 2 vouchers because our flight doesn't leave until what was it, like 3 a.m. or some shit like that?"
Something.
It was a red-eye flight, and I'm like, "So we got to check out at like 11 or noon." I was like, "So we just need another room for the night. And they're like, okay, we'll give you 2 vouchers. You're good to go. I was like, okay, so this is good. I was like, wait a minute, this is dated for the same date. They're like, oh, it's good. It's 2 vouchers. You're fine. So I was like, okay, so cool. So, we get on to the hotel, and then we get up there.
It wasn't even a hotel. It was like a motel.
Right. Yeah, it was not a very good one. It was off
hell.
off the beaten path a little bit. And we get there, and then she's like, well, we can give you 2 rooms, but this is a voucher for the same day. And I'm like, what? I'm like, no, I checked it. I was like, I specifically said this. And I was like, Jess and Miss Kittee, I was like, right. And they're like, yeah. So I'm like, are you kidding me? They told me I had to go back there. So I was like, all right, we'll get you ladies in the room to relax. And then I'll go over there. At this time, it's pouring down rain. And I am seriously delirious, and I'm pissed all at the same time. And I'm like, I don't think I've ever been this tired before.
Quite the E-Rock to see.
Yeah, I'm sure you can say a little bit about that if you want to.
You were spicy. You were spicy because you were mad, and then you were just batshit crazy because you were so tired.
Right. Yeah. So I leave. I go over there. I used our voucher because we had a voucher for a free shuttle. Mm-hmm. So I used the voucher for it to get back over there. And guess what? I'm walking down, and I see the airline people packing up shop, and they turned the lights off, and they all walked through the back. They closed as I was walking up to them. So I couldn't do anything. So what I had to do is get up the next morning and take another trip over there and get us checked in for get us another voucher and stuff like this. But I let the girls stay this time. I was like, I got back. I was like, you all just sleep. I was like, I'll get up in the morning and do that. And I am super delirious still because I only got maybe a 2-hour nap or something, maybe.
I think so. I think it was 2 hours was all you got to close your eyes.
Yeah. So I went over there, got us our new voucher, got us checked back in. And then, then I think I probably slept a little bit then. I don't know, but
I don't know, E-Rock. Sounds like traveling with you to events is quite extent. I mean, think about it: the trip to Atlanta, the trip from Atlanta. The oh my goodness, it sounds like there's always just something that's got to go.
When we went to film with Terrence, didn't my car door break and it wouldn't close or something like that, or was that my hatch? Something happened with my car when we went to filming in Indianapolis.
Yeah.
I forget what it was. I think it wasn't a flat tire, which I am notorious for flat tires. I get at least one a year around the same time every year. Literally, I got a flat tire this past summer again. But I think my one back car door, when I closed it, it wouldn't latch. So it just kept flying open. And I had to use the dog leashes I keep in my car to tie my back doors together to keep them closed so I could drive back home.
Oh my goodness.
But you do remember what happened at the hotel for Final Cut though, right? Remember? What Mike and Liz found in their bed?
Yeah.
Yeah, they found a bed bug.
Yeah.
So we were freaking out because the hotel we were at, we found a bed bug. And they talked us into it. They're like, well, we'll give you this weekend for free. And we know you got next weekend booked too, because we're doing 2 weekends in a row for the Final Cut. And then they're like, we'll if you want to stay in the same room, we'll give it to you for free, but we're gonna bomb it and we'll make sure it's 100% bug free, and we'll have a dog come in and all that stuff. And we're all going, oh shit! Like, do we want to risk this? When we're like, Mike was like, yeah, let's do it. All right, cool. So we did it. So we stayed there the next weekend in the same exact room. But needless to say, we all went home and made sure that all of our stuff was
clean
and dried, and that we didn't have no bugs carried on with us.
Mm-hmm. That was fun. Yeah, thank goodness for Mike and Liz always checking the beds though.
No, right? Yeah, that was gross.
Well, we've roughly got about 10 minutes left before we go to our after hours episode. So I'm going to touch base on, don't forget to check out the Sea Haunt. Go to seahaunt.com, make your reservations for 2025. The next cruise is in January. We'll also have the Haunted Takeover as well. And Miss Kittee, do you think you'll be hopping along that one, or?
I'm not going to be able to make that, unfortunately, but I'm hoping if we're going to do another one, I will make it to the other one.
Awesome. That's even better.
I would love to. It's not in the cards this time, unfortunately.
Not in the cards for 2025.
It's gonna be whether it likes it or not.
January 2025 is our next.
Yeah, if you make a reservation now, there is payment options available. Just saying, that's how I'm able to afford it. I make my payment options. Also, the Haunted Hydro shoot in May. You're going to be at that one in May 4th.
Yeah, I can. I'm going to take off work, so I'll be able to make it.
Awesome. So don't forget, those of you who haven't heard about it, it's open to the public. If you want to get some pictures with your gorgeous girls, there is a cover fee when you go there, but you can contact a photographer like E-Rock, myself, or Facetious, or any of the other photographers that go there and hook up a shoot. And yeah, it's a lot of fun. Anything else I'm missing that I haven't touched on, E-Rock?
No. Is there anything that you would like to talk about there, Miss Kittee?
Yeah, what about any merch you got, or any link trees or stuff to your merch? And
God, I don't have any stuff anymore. I need to get some stuff going again. I'm still salty about that T-shirt that only you and I had, E-Rock, that got stolen. I'm still salty that I don't have it.
Oh, yeah, with your artwork from Terrence Muncie on it.
Yeah, from what? What one was that from? I
remember GG of the year.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's all I had, and I had it, and it got stolen out of my car. I'm still salty. It's been years, and I still don't have another, like, a replacement of it, and I'm so sad about it because I love that shirt.
Yeah, and I know
on it.
I know we didn't really touch base on it, but are you glad to be back out of your?
Are you coming out of
retirement there for a minute?
Yeah,
I am glad to be back. I'm hoping now that the job that I'm at is going to be easier to take time off again too, which will be nice. And they gave me a raise, so that's also a nice little bonus. So I'm hoping to be able to take off for some events and some photo shoots and stuff like that, and actually like come back and not just bop in every 6 months.
Yeah, we need you to bop in just a little more often.
Just a little bit.
Bop it.
Twist it.
Yeah, there you go.
I got Chaotica here to run against. I guess I'll make the attempt to run for a GG of the year again.
See. Bring
that'd
it.
be
Bring
awesome.
it.
You were the first ever.
First ever.
And I'm gonna be the last.
The last. So we gotta be careful if you ever win again, because that's the tattletale sign that we're done.
Game over.
Right. Well, I know. Absinthe is gunning for GG of the year, as well as myself. Maybe a 2-timer. We'll see. But you still have Liz, and you still have Willow, and all the other girls. And let's not forget some of our new GGs like Casca and Corvina Chaos.
Yeah.
I don't think I know.
I almost forgot. And Valkyrie Rose. Valkyrie Rose. How could I?
Valkyrie Rose. Oh yeah. Yeah, she's awesome too.
I love Val. I like
Mortician.
Yes, I love that for her. It's so fitting for Val. That is very much them. Very much.
Yeah.
Can you tell me who influenced you amongst the GGs? I mean, I know you're like the OG, but over the years, I mean, what girls who's influenced you?
Probably Liz Stiletto a lot. She's always been one that when she joined, I always looked up to her and like shooting with her and stuff like that. I always love when I get to do anything with Liz, to be honest. And then Widow, when she started, I like doing stuff with her.
Mm-hmm.
I love you too. We don't get to do it. You and I haven't got to do anything though. I don't.
No, we haven't. Other than a quick little, little smooch at the Final Cut premiere. I mean,
yeah, that's been
the
it.
only time.
So chop, E-Rock, give me.
I know.
Well, next time we're together, we're gonna do this.
When are we gonna be together next?
May 4th. May 4th.
Yeah.
Definitely May 4th if you're gonna be there.
We gotta come up with something then. So are we gonna do just like a Kittee Chaotica shoot, or are we gonna do the Kittee Chaotica GG of the Year shoot?
Ooh, we will talk about that.
Yeah,
we'll
stay continued. Stay continued, folks.
It depends on the weather because Kittee gets cold too easily.
That you do. Miss Kitty's pretty titties.
They get so chilly.
So chilly. With that being said, this is definitely episode number 5. I want to thank you, Miss Kittee, for joining us so very, very much.
Thank you.
It was a pleasure to have you.
It was great being here anytime.
Yeah, I'm still blows my mind that you're like the OG GG of the year. So it's like you rank right up there. I mean, you've been a part of it for so long. So props to you, Miss Kittee, and continued success. Definitely. I'm glad to have you back.
I'm getting another cover soon. I'm making my comeback.
See, I'm trying myself too.
Yeah.
I'm making my comeback with a cover.
There you go. E-Rex, do you have any final closings before we move on to the spicier side of things?
No, I'm ready for that spicy side like everybody else is now.
Well, I hope everyone's excited for my Kittee because here she is.
I can't wait to see your Kittee.
Awesome. With that being said, thank you so much for joining us for episode number 5. Stay tuned for number 6. And thank you so much. Love ya. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.